What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for stopping by the channel today. I got a little bit of extra for you on this June 7th, 2021. I am, of course, JD from New York. We have a lot to get into today, so I don't want to waste any more of your time. Quickly, follow me on social media at JD from NY206. That's Twitter and Instagram. Hit that subscribe button down below and turn on that bell for all notifications. And if you guys missed any of the content, and there was plenty of it this past week, go and check it out. It is on the homepage right now. You don't want to miss anything off the script. The emergency extra that we did, the live stream where we covered as it happened the releases last week on Black Wednesday, Raw, NXT, and the Super Show, where we were live for both SmackDown and AEW Dynamite. All that stuff is on the homepage right now, so go and check that out if you guys missed any of that content. Who is Roman Reigns defending the Universal Championship against at Hell in a Cell? If it was up to me, I wouldn't even have him defend the Universal Championship, because who is there? There is nobody on that roster that is even on the same planet as Roman Reigns, never mind deserving a Universal Championship match at Hell in a Cell. But according to spoilers, WWE may have a match for Roman Reigns after all. The match that they are thinking about is Roman Reigns versus Booyaka 619. Booyaka, not Dominic Mysterio. They're thinking about going with Rey Mysterio and Roman Reigns at Hell in a Cell. Dave Meltzer confirmed this news as of this weekend. Now, the match, if you guys watched SmackDown, like anybody watched SmackDown last week, man. Listen, SmackDown is much better than Raw, but they got a problem over there on Friday nights. Everything is Roman Reigns, and then everything else pretty much doesn't exist. But the match, if you watched, was set up this past Friday on SmackDown when Reigns interfered in the SmackDown Tag Team title match between the Booyakas, the Mysterios, and the Usos, which happened, by the way, twice in the open and in the main event of SmackDown on Friday. Reigns attacked Rey and Dominic in order to prevent them from getting another win over Jimmy and Jey Uso. Over the last few weeks, Reigns and Jey have been trying to convince Jimmy to join their stable, but Jimmy has been reluctant to do so thus far. Now, WrestlingNews.co first reported that there was a plan for Jimmy and Jey to get on the same page, and they will eventually win the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. This, according to them, is still the plan. But Reigns and Mysterio has yet to officially be announced by WWE, and if it is, come this week's Friday SmackDown, this is the updated card for Hell in a Cell. Roman Reigns defending the Universal Championship against Rey Mysterio. Bobby Lashley defending the WWE Championship against Drew McIntyre. Bianca Belair defending the SmackDown Women's Championship against Bayley. The Raw Women's Championship will be defended by Rhea Cringley against the Android Flair. And then the Raw Tag Team Championships, that will be AJ Styles and Omos. According to sources, there is a battle royal tonight on Monday Night Raw between all of the makeshift tag teams and the one actual tag team, the Viking Raiders, on Monday Night Raw. And the winner of that battle royal tonight, which I'm sure is so exciting, you can't wait for it, they will challenge Omos and AJ Styles for the Raw Tag Team Championships. Hell in a Cell is shaping up to be another snoozer of a pay-per-view. Now, the only reason why they moved Hell in a Cell to June from the October month, where it usually resided, was because of Roman Reigns and the Usos. Now, what I would do, now, I don't know if you guys agree with me or not, but even though Rey and Roman Reigns is a very intriguing matchup, why are we giving Rey Mysterio a World Championship match out of nothing just because we need to fill a championship slot on pay-per-view? What has Rey Mysterio done to be in the same fucking breath as Roman Reigns? I'll give you a quick Spoiler on this one, folks. It's a very easy answer. Nothing. Roman Reigns and Rey Mysterio, though sounds good on paper, doesn't make sense and doesn't fit into the Roman Reigns environment. It doesn't fit into the Roman Reigns agenda on Friday Night SmackDown. It could be something special if, I don't know, WWE actually put some fucking effort into it. Oh, he beat up Rey Mysterio. Let's give him a championship match. Oh, he beat up Rey's son. Let's give him a championship match. Are we at that point right now? If it was up to me, Roman Reigns wouldn't even be defending the Universal Championship, and it would be Jimmy and Jay inside Hell in a Cell to beat the shit out of each other, and they come to a conclusion, hey, Oos, what are we doing? Why are we doing this to each other? Let's just acknowledge Roman as our tribal chief. Roman can sit by on his throne and watch all of this go down, and he'll be a happy head of the table after it's all over. Why is that so difficult? Why are we forcing a Rey Mysterio match with Roman Reigns when it doesn't feel like it's deserved? I don't really understand that. But that's the plan. Let me know what you guys think about that one down below in the comment section. Braun Strowman, he was released on Wednesday. He posted a cryptic message about his future. I'm not sure if you guys will miss Braun Strowman. I know I won't. Stupid. Stupid is as stupid does. Strowman. I'm not going to miss him. I know if I'm Tony Khan, I'm not giving him any fucking attention at all. Give me a break. Strowman took to Twitter to share a new cryptic message by posting lyrics from the song Freebird by Leonard Skinner. At least he has some decent taste in music, man. I love that guitar solo in Freebird. He wrote the following: if I leave here tomorrow, would you still remember me? No. Nobody cares to remember you, Strowman. For I must be traveling on now, cause there's too many places I've got to see. Well, I mean, that would be a logical thing to do, but you shit on all the other places that you might potentially want to go see. You shit on the entire independent circuit. Who's gonna have you, Strowman? Give me a break. Strowman signed with WWE back in 2013. He was introduced as a member of the Wyatt family. While with WWE, he won Universal and Intercontinental titles. He won the Tag Team Championship with a, what was he, 9 years old, 10 years old Nicholas at WrestleMania. Yeah, what a career accolade there. Strowman. It's been reported that Omos, moving up to Monday Night Raw, played a big part in Vince McMahon's decision to let Braun Strowman go, as well as his $1.2 million a year contract that he was being paid after he signed an extension last year during the pandemic. He'll be free to sign with other promotions starting August 31st. You know, I failed to mention this on Saturday's Off the Script when I recorded it during the afternoon. Imagine the mentality of Strowman being released because you have Omos on Monday Night Raw and you have Commander Aziz on SmackDown. Because you have other big guys on the Raw and SmackDown roster, there's no more need for Braun Strowman. Imagine back in the day where you had Diesel and you had King Kong Bundy and you had Vader and you had, who else was around? Yokozuna. Imagine Kamala and Bam Bam Bigelow. They just keep coming off the top of my head. Imagine having all those big guys and then you got The Undertaker sitting around and then you opt to release The Undertaker because you have too many big guys on the active roster. Is that what we're going with now? What type of ceiling does Omos have over Braun Strowman? Omos has already hit his peak, and he hasn't even been on the fucking roster for 6 months. Give me a break, man. I'm not advocating for AEW to pick up Braun Strowman or MLW or Impact. I don't know where he's going to fit in at all. What I do think is going to happen with Braun Strowman, he can post all the fucking cryptic messages he wants. But I do think that after his 90 days is up, he'll probably end up renegotiating with WWE at a much smaller rate. There's nowhere that I think he's going to fit in. That's just my honest opinion on the Strowman Express will live on in WWE, folks. Believe me. Moving on with the news today, Keith Lee says that he will find another way to explain his WWE hiatus. Bro, listen, I'm sick and tired of the whining and the complaining and the everything else that comes along with Keith Lee being absent. Bro, just go on Talk is Jericho and spill the fucking beans, please. Do us all a favor. I mean, what is going on here? Keith Lee took to Twitter to note that he was close to explaining his recent hiatus in an educational and inspiring way. However, something changed that. He wrote the following, and I quote, "I wanted to do something educational, but also inspiring to tell you guys about everything since late January. Seems that is off the table for now. So with that, I will find another way to tell you guys about everything. It might simply be a video of me chatting with you all. We will see." End quote. Keith Lee's been out of action since February. It's been reported that he's not medically cleared to compete, which I find to be a crock of shit, if I am being honest with you guys. A video of him chatting with all of us sounds like you're preparing to be released, Keith Lee, because that's the only way you're going to be explaining anything. You ain't explaining anything while under contract with WWE. It seems like Keith Lee is anticipating his departure from World Wrestling Entertainment. And I'll tell you what, man, they are doing him a favor. And WWE, if they let somebody like Keith Lee go with Andrade showing up on AEW, who's only 31 years old, by the way. Imagine giving up on a stud, a top 10 worldwide pro wrestler at 31 years old. Imagine giving up on somebody like Keith Lee and letting him go. There's no creative plans for Keith Lee. Really? I hope it bites them in the asshole. Quick. Give me a break. Keith Lee, if there's another round of cuts, I think he makes the cut. To be honest with you, I think he's released. Moving on with the rest of the news today, man. Imagine this. Imagine having no plans for Andrade and Keith Lee. Imagine having no plans for Big E, because that's exactly where he is right now. Ringside News asked about the situation with Big E after Aleister Black was released, especially why Big E wasn't used on SmackDown last week. There was some natural worry with the WWE fans about his status after Mr. Black was released. Ringside News was told that the decision was already made by Vince McMahon to fire Aleister Black. McMahon didn't want to follow up on that storyline because he knew Black was being released. Additionally, Ringside News was told that McMahon hadn't signed off on Big E's next feud yet. That is the reason why the Big E shit and the storyline there was not mentioned, and he wasn't on TV. It has nothing to do with his job being at risk. He simply didn't have anyone to feud with at the time, and they haven't come up with plans for him, and there's no plans at all for Big E in the pipeline. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? Not having plans for Big E. I mean, it's too soon for him to go after Roman, and with SummerSlam happening now, confirmed in Las Vegas and at Allegiant Stadium, you are not doing Big E versus Roman Reigns. You need a match that's going to sell out 70,000 fucking seats in Las Vegas. Big E and Roman Reigns. You know, I'm sorry to break all your little New Day hearts out there, but that's not the match that's going to sell out Allegiant Stadium. I'm sorry. It's not even his time yet anyway. Not even close to being Big E's time. What do they do with him? Put him back with Apollo Crews? Looks like Kevin Owens is feuding with Sami Zayn now after what we saw on SmackDown. Where does he go? Does he feud with Corbin? Where does Big E go? I don't know. I really, at this point, I don't know. I think honestly, the best thing for Big E is to be paired up again with Xavier and Kofi Woods and get the New Day back as a trio. They are not doing anything with Big E, and they haven't done anything with Big E on Friday night. He wasn't even, as Intercontinental Champion, as good as we expected him to be, because WWE creative is that fucking terrible. Matt Cardona, shifting gears here. Matt Cardona draws insane heat as he attacks Nick Gage at a GCW show in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Now, Nick Gage, I'm not a fan of the hardcore deathmatch style. I'm not a fan of Nick Gage. I respect him for doing what he does. There's not many people that are that fucking crazy to do what he does, man. There's not a normal human being that I know that would do the shit, half the shit that he does. I'm not a big fan of GCW, but I know they got a rabid fan base. They got a loyal fan base. He put on some crazy shows in Atlantic City right by Showboat, or in the Showboat, rather, casino. So Nick Gage, he's been targeted by several people. Jon Moxley as the bigger name to kind of target Nick Gage. And then we got Matt Cardona. So GCW had this show called Zombie Walk. And even though everybody thought that Jon Moxley was back in Atlantic City to attack Nick Gage, somebody in a hood was mimicking Jon Moxley's stature and his body language. They even did a paradigm shift DDT. Everybody thought it was Jon Moxley. They were mistaken. The mystery man uncovers himself. It ends up being Zack Ryder, a.k.a. Matt Cardona from Impact Wrestling. They've been going at it. There's a feud brewing between the two on social media. Gage was in the ring during this zombie walk. And then, like I said, this cloaked figure joined him. This obviously is setting up a match between the two. Cardona drew incredible heat from this sneak attack. Chants of "fuck Zack Ryder" rang out as he gave the crowd the middle finger. Cardona was just living it up and playing a heel over GCW's number one babyface in Nick Gage. So obviously Gage is going to set up a match with Cardona. He's going to get revenge on Matt Cardona. Should be great, man. This is the good thing about pro wrestling, man. You got all these companies working together. It's a beautiful thing to see. You know, and it drew big excitement on social media. Everybody was clipping it. Everybody was talking about it as of this morning. It's a great thing, man. It's a great thing to see, you know. So I'm looking forward to seeing how all of this transpires, and it should be a big selling point for GCW when that match eventually happens. Eva Marie. I don't want to talk about Eva Marie, but she's in the fucking news. Apparently, WrestleVotes is reporting as of 45 minutes ago that the plan for Eva Marie is to return with Muscle by her side. WrestleVotes adds that there are two names being discussed to pair with Eva Marie, one being Mercedes Martinez and the other being Piper Niven. Now, these two names to me make absolutely no sense. Martinez, just by her appearance, looks like a killer. Obviously, Muscle would go in line with Mercedes Martinez, but folks, let's be real. Are you looking to kill this woman's spirit on the main roster? Why would you even bother doing that to Mercedes Martinez? You put her in Retribution. She asked to go back to NXT. Now you want to bring her to the main roster and pair her with Eva Marie? What are you, fucking mental? Hasn't she suffered enough embarrassment on the main roster? Now this is your plan for Mercedes Martinez? What is it with you people? She finally signs with WWE, gets that off her bucket list, and you're looking to ruin her career immediately. And then Piper Niven. I don't see Piper Niven as being a muscle. I don't. And what happened to the natural progression of going from NXT UK to NXT US? What happened? Why don't we do natural transitions like that? Toni Storm made the jump from UK down to NXT on Tuesday nights. So did Rhea Ripley. Why does WWE need to jump from NXT UK to the main roster? Clearly, they're not ready if they're over there. And is WWE going to use somebody as good as Piper Niven? No, they're not. She'll be buried within a month. No question. So WrestleVotes is reporting this. Martinez, like I said, had a previous run on the main roster with Retribution. She's back in NXT after requesting to be removed from the group. Eva Marie has been training at the Performance Center for the last several months, so it appears that she will be in a in-ring role when she hits Monday night. Piper Niven, by the way, she was a part of the Mae Young Classic as well, and she's actually a part of the NXT UK roster. I don't like any of those moves. I don't. I honestly think a muscle should be somebody of a male stature, and I do think that you should leave both of those women where they are right now, because I don't think a move to Monday Night Raw is going to benefit either one of those women. And finally, guys, the WWE Draft is returning. As if the last couple of drafts did anything to make WWE's television shows better. WWE is planning to shake things up again in a big way, and the draft is being announced. Andrew Zarian of the Matt Men podcast reported today that the draft will be held over the course of 2 dates, just like the previous years, as the first nights take place on August 30th from Monday Night Raw and September 3rd on Friday Night SmackDown. WWE has not officially announced the draft, but will do so when those dates get closer. As it stands right now, there's no word on whether NXT will be a part of the main roster draft. It should. It should. You should be able to trade back and forth with main roster and NXT. And I do think that 1 or 2 should be drafted from NXT. Trades should happen. I don't know, man. I've been saying this for 3-4 years now. Why don't you start taking this serious and make it like a real sporting event? I don't know how many times I gotta lose my fucking breath over complaining about how WWE doesn't take the fucking draft seriously. And this draft is not gonna do anything to change WWE's quality on Monday and Friday night. It hasn't done so yet with the last couple of drafts, so why would anybody expect that this year is gonna be different? I can't wait to hear the fucking excuses. WWE is doing the same fucking shit now. And everybody, all the shills, all the geeks, all the fucking just elitists. Oh, well, WWE is saving all their good stuff for when they go back live on the road with fans in attendance again. Then I can't wait to hear their fucking excuses when those excuses run out. And then we got the draft, and then they'll probably be saying, well, WWE is saving all their best stuff for after the draft. Why are they going to run through stuff when the rosters are changing? It's exactly what's going to happen. It's exactly what's going to happen. I don't get how this is going to benefit anybody. I really don't. Monday Night Raw is 3 hours. Look at the roster you have now that you fucking buried for the last year. Monday Night Raw is going to be any better with a different fucking roster at the same 3 hours? I don't understand it. Monday Night Raw, after last year's draft, all they did after 4 weeks was give us match, rematch, 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 rematch. That's all they did. They ran through the gambit of fucking wrestlers on that roster within a month, and you were seeing rematches for the duration up until what you see right now on Monday Night Raw. SmackDown don't even use half their fucking roster. It's Roman Reigns, the Usos, and whoever is feuding with Roman Reigns and the Usos. That is it. So please tell me how a draft is going to help WWE. It's not. It's not going to help them at all. It's barely a ratings draw now. I don't get why we just don't, I don't know, Bruce. I don't know, Vince. Why don't we just merge the rosters? Imagine a roster merged on Monday night. Things would be fresh. Things would be different. Then you could take the bigger storylines and continue them on Friday night while using Monday Night Raw to get younger talent that hasn't gotten enough TV time, over with the audience. And it would freshen up Monday Night Raw so we don't get subjected to the same matches week after week after week after week after fucking week. Or am I losing my mind? Do I not speak sense? Do I not speak logic? What good is this gonna do? This is a waste of everybody's fucking time. Oh my God, the draft. Oh my God, who's going to what brand? Who gives a fuck? Has anybody looked good coming out of last year's draft? The answer is maybe Roman Reigns. That's about it. And the Usos. Everybody else is a waste of fucking time. Merge the rosters. It's the only logical thing to do. Enough with dancing around the fucking problems. Fix the problems instead of avoiding them. Seriously. This will do nothing for WWE television, and people will get excited and then disappointed all over again in typical WWE fashion. Guys, I'm getting out of here. Thank you so very much for all of your support. If you enjoyed the content in this video, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below, and turn on the bell if you have not done so. Make sure you do that. It's a great way to help out the channel. And make sure you go check out all the other videos that you might have missed on the channel. Also, follow me on social media, JD from NY206. I will be live tweeting tonight during Monday Night Raw, and then I will be live for Raw and the post show right here, back in the venue on OTS. Until then, guys, I will see you tonight for Monday Night Raw. See you guys later.